take you on a magical tour through the burrito. We're going to start with the skin of the burrito, the tortilla. Then we're going to go inside and deal with some of the muscles. We're going to talk about the meat of the burrito. Then we're going to talk about my favorite part, the heart and soul of the burrito, the beans. So let's start our tour with the skin, the tortillas. Now it'll be the first thing that you taste when you take a bite out of a burrito. And the tortilla really is my favorite part. Technically, there are corn and flour tortillas, but you don't use corn tortillas for burritos because they are too small. So a good flour tortilla is going to be steamed, not grilled, at least in the San Francisco style of burrito. If you steam a tortilla, that means that the moisture will permeate all the way through, so you'll be left with a moist, stretchy, and sort of soft tortilla. If they grill it, if they add oil, then you're going to have a greasy, crispy tortilla that will crack and let all your beans out. Now, as we travel in through the burrito, we're going to deal with the meat. Now, you can't live without your muscles. And you can't have a burrito without meat. I was a vegetarian for 9 years. And every single day, I went home and ate a burrito that just had beans and cheese in it. Last year, I stopped being a vegetarian. I went home and I ordered a burrito with every single type of meat. There were like 8 burritos on my table, and I ate all of them. So we're going to talk about my 3 favorite types of meat. There's carne asada, which is the beef, and it's rubbed with olive oil and sea salt, and then chopped on the grill. It's delicious. Then there's the chicken. There are 2 types of chicken that I really love. There's pollo verde and pollo rojo. Pollo verde is green chicken. It is actually green. It's in green sauce, and it's not that spicy, but it has some of the kick. Then there's pollo rojo, which is really spicy because it's in red chili sauce. Both of these are good, but the green is better. Lastly, there are carnitas, which is literally little meat. It's just the pork, and this one is a little high in calories because it is caramelized in its own fat. But it is the most delicious pork you will ever have in your life. So now, we can journey through the burrito all the way to its heart. Now I remember when I was 2 years old, I wouldn't take off my Princess Jasmine costume for a month. And during this month, I remember sitting down with a little cup of beans from my favorite taqueria, and I would just eat them. And what finally made me take off that Jasmine costume was that I poured the beans all over it, and it started to smell bad. So beans, there are 2 different types. There are pintos and black beans. So pintos are the bigger brown ones, and black beans are the smaller black ones. My favorites are pintos. They're sweeter and softer, but like my mom loves the black beans because they're better for you. Now refried beans are actually more prevalent in Mexican burritos than they are in San Franciscan burritos because we, as was said in my introduction, are health foods. So burritos, after you add together the tortilla, the meat, the beans, and whatever other dressings you want to put on there, you wrap it up, and it's a little piece of heaven right in your lap. Now, burritos are the first meal that I can remember having, and I hope that they'll be my last meal too, and I eat them enough that that could be true. Now, just to reiterate, if all you've had is a Chipotle burrito, don't call it a burrito, and get yourself to San Francisco. Thank you.
441. Thank you, Frida.
I went over every time I practiced this.
Well, you normally speed up when you get in front of an audience.
So hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were saying the same thing.
The moment I leave San Francisco, I start craving burritos again.
Okay. Benita, you can just bring those up to me when you're. All right. Some adjectives to describe her.
It's very detailed.
I'm sorry?
Her description is very detailed.
She's very visual, right? This is a speech that announces audio or visuals, right? Pictures, right? Thank you. Samples, right? I'm thinking, boy, I'll tell you what. If she were to take out burritos right now and give me one, she gets an A+, right? But she did a really good job of making it visual and engaging the senses without the use of AV, which is a credit to her, right? We've talked about how audio visuals are an aid, right? They're not the speech. If they're necessary to our speech, we better take another look at our speech, and she did a really, really good job of bringing that forth without any help whatsoever. She did it all on her own, so good point. I wrote that down. What else? Yes?
Well, it kind of makes you want to eat burritos.
Of course it makes you want to eat burritos. I'm thinking about, but I wouldn't go to Chipotle now to save my life.
Chipotle also, their fruits and vegetables are picked by slaves.
They're picked what?
By slaves.
Really?
They have really, really unethical business tactics. San Francisco's a city of hippies. I know a lot about that kind of
That's
stuff.
good. I'm glad to have the information. Then were you going to say something?
She's very active with her hand gestures and body.
She's very much at ease. You can tell she's done this before, right? She's very at ease with herself.
I like the humor in there, and also I thought it was a really, really good introduction with the poem and the description of the city.
Yeah. Now, okay, I want to get back to the introduction in a second. Other comments? Yes, Amy?
She smiled at me, make me feel like
At ease. Yeah. She's one of these people who, when she gets a little bit nervous, she smiles, and she's lucky, right? I think she really did a good job with dynamics. She talked faster in some places than she did in others, and then she did a good job getting louder some places. Now, this leads to opportunities for improvement. You have a tendency at the end of your sentences to drop off at the very last few. Now, watch that on your video. We've got this thing still running.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we got all the comments.